It's a sold-out crowd for Reality of Wrestling in Clear Lake. I'm Anthony Pratt alongside Adrian Jones. Adrian, packed to the gills here tonight at the Clear Lake Sports and Recreation Center. And before we get started off tonight, our next live event, Saturday night, February the 15th. And if you log on to realityofwrestling.com right now and use the promo code CUBE, K-U-B-E, you'll get $1 off your advance tickets. Great deal and a great show coming up on Saturday night, February the 15th. But hey, last week, our debut episode of Reality of Wrestling here on theCUBE, a very controversial ending to our main event between the Samoan Beast and Jared Steele. Stevie Ray getting involved in this match. We're still trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, there's definitely more questions than answers. And again, I don't think anything was settled. So again, what role does Stevie Ray playing into all this?
And our main event tonight, all eyes are on that. Inside the steel cage, the heavyweight championship is on the line. Gustavo Mendoza and the Pride, a long history between those two. That history will end tonight. Whoever loses this match leaves Reality of Wrestling for good.
And Anthony, this is a culmination of a 7-year feud. They started out as students, one of Booker's first students with the Reality of Wrestling, back then the Pro Wrestling Alliance. So again, this is a culmination of 7 years of bad blood, and again, one man will leave for good.
And these are two guys that don't like each other.
No, not at all. Not at all. A lot of bad blood, a lot of bad intentions going into this match.
Our main event inside the steel cage coming up later on tonight. Right now, though, let's send it down to the ring where the Rock Stars in action.
All right, Dream, you talk about an electric way to start things off here on theCUBE. Rockstar Robbie, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, and one of the most exciting stars here in the Reality of Wrestling. But you talk about a guy whose attitude has gone south.
Definitely, Anthony Fred, you're talking about our first ever ROW Reality Wrestling Champion. He was the first. He set the tone, and again, he's gone on that downward spiral of losing, of alcoholism, partying in the streets, just self-despair. He's got to turn it around, and this could be the night.
And another exciting up-and-coming star here in the Reality of Wrestling, Brian Keith, the Black Cowboy.
Yeah, a native Houstonian, and again, I tell the tale, he used to sit right behind us at the announce table. He was a kid, he was a fan, and he turned that dream into reality. He learned from Booker T how to wrestle, and you see him now in the spotlight, the biggest spotlight that he's ever been in. I'm proud of this kid.
A sold-out crowd here tonight in Clear Lake City, Texas. Reality of Wrestling. Happy to have you along, whether you're watching on theCUBE. Welcome everybody in the Houston region. If you're watching us on the old rabbit ears, maybe DVR in this one, or if you're up late on Saturday night, as Booker T said, wrestling is back in Houston. Booker wanted to carry on the tradition of the legendary Paul Bosch, who promoted professional wrestling here in Houston at the Sam Houston Coliseum for many, many years. Of course, passed away in 1989. And, you know, there have been wrestling promotions in the Houston region, some good, some not so good. Certainly all the promotions having their place, serving their purpose, trying to develop the stars for tomorrow. But when you talk about the big leagues of Houston wrestling, it's back.
It's a flagship of Texas wrestling. Make no mistake about it. And you see in the middle of the ring, and this is prime evidence, prime proof. These two guys are very, very skilled competitors. They learned their trade from Booker T himself. And again, you took a Rockstar. He's got the championship pedigree. Let's see if he can kind of break the snide, come off the snide, and start winning again.
Brian Keith certainly with a lot to prove.
Nice shoulder tackle on Rockstar. Rockstar trying to get into his head right now, Anthony.
They're just admonishing Brian Keith.
What do you think he's telling him?
I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's anything safe to say on broadcast television.
We just got the show. I don't want to have our license pulled. I don't want the show pulled. But
you're gonna get fined by the FCC there, bud.
Look at that. This is the quickest kicks in the South.
Yeah, quick strikes, kicking at the legs, and then a good vertical kick as well, getting up high. Oh, look at there! Goodness! Good heel kick to the gut, and now good flying kick into the cover goes Keith. Well, and Rockstar able to power out of two.
Rockstar better be careful. He better take this kid seriously. There we go. The Black Cowboy.
Rockstar trying to hold on. Brian Keith trying to force him back. Oh, man! Brian Keith going down hard on those ring ropes.
And this is where you start seeing the ring generalship that Rockstar has in his arsenal. He can take over the match, and you see that's what he's doing right now, taking advantage over the younger, more inexperienced Brian Keith.
Oh! Big shot to the chin. Referee telling Rockstar to unclench that fist. Uh-oh. Rockstar setting up Brian Keith here. Brian Keith in a bad way. Oh, no.
What is he doing? No. You're going to break that kid's neck.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's going to be all. He may have broken Brian Keith's neck.
Look at how the neck's just flinging. We need...
Into the cover of the Rockstar. Look at and somehow Brian Keith able to kick out of that. Oh, Brian Keith showed a lot of heart.
That's it. Like I'd say, more heart than brains. I thought this was over.
If you want to get caught up with everything that's going on here in the Reality of Wrestling, log on right now to realityofwrestling.com. Buy tickets online to our next live event set for Saturday, February the 15th in Clear Lake City. Take a look at the Rockstar and just in general get up to date with everything that's going on here in the flagship of Texas Wrestling.
Outstanding work. The internet team, the website looks terrific. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. He ducked the clothesline.
Oh, another good flying kick by Brian Keith. That stung the Rockstar. I don't think he was expecting that one.
Those educated feet of Brian Keith. Again, I tell the story. This is a kid that sat behind us, was so excited, growing up, watching it, and wanted to be a part of it. Took time out, got dedicated, learned his trade, learned his craft, and you see what he's doing. He's applying it right now to the Rockstar.
Brian Keith into the cover, hooks the leg. Could this be it? No, the Rockstar able to stay in it.
What's he doing? What's he doing right now, Anthony?
Brian Keith climbing to the... Is he going to go up high here to the top rope? Yeah, all the way up, and the Rockstar slowly rising to his feet. Brian Keith looking to put away the Rockstar off the ropes and misses with the drop kick.
It took too much time and too well scouted by the Rockstar. I'm surprised the Rockstar did his homework on this one, but again, he is making a comeback. He does not like the losing streak. Make no mistake about it. He wants to be back on top, and that's how you do it.
Great vertical suplex by the Rockstar, and he could be thinking about climbing up high here.
He's going up top.
Rockstar going to tune the band. He gets up high.
He's got something to prove right now, Anthony. He was left off Christmas Chaos. He's got something to prove. He wants to take this guy out.
The big flying elbow drop off the top rope, and Adrian, I think that's all she wrote for Brian Keith. Into the cover, and that is all. The Rockstar, your winner.
Outstanding. I mean, the Rockstar trying to make a comeback, trying to get back into the limelight, trying to dig out that bottom ranking. He wants a shot at the title again. Let's go to the replay.
Get another look there at the Rockstar going up high. And that classic flying elbow drop able to put away Brian Keith here in our opening match tonight.
Let's send it back to our broadcast colleague, Alex Del Barrio, who's standing by trying to get a word with Reality of Wrestling General Manager Charmel.
Thank you very much, Anthony. We are here in the backstage area just outside the office of General Manager Charmel. We've been trying to get word all afternoon with Charmel and Booker T. They've had no comment on the situation regarding Stevie Ray. Now, we do know that Stevie Ray is in this office along with Booker T and Charmel. We know there's discussions happening right now. We can't hear what those discussions are, but as soon as we get a chance, as soon as we get any comment, any word on what's going on behind this door, we'll be sure to bring it to you right here on Reality of Wrestling.
Are you tired of getting mediocre results from your stage and media production? Is your website slow? Are your graphics choppy? Is your lighting rig dim? Then stop dealing with regular productions and call the Dojo today. Here at Dojo Productions, we ensure you get high quality results that are engaging to both customers and clients. Call Dojo Productions today at 713-478-0048 or visit us online at dojoproductions.com. Whether it's screen, stage, or studio, Dojo Productions can take your project from concept to cash.
I have to defend my ROW heavyweight title in a steel cage match against the Pride. I seem to remember breaking your arm. Do you remember, Pride? I do. I think of nothing else. And yet Booker, so persistent, so adamant, wants to put me in a steel cage match against you. What a fool! What a fool. Pride, you focus too much on Team International not being able to get involved. How can they get involved? They can't get involved. It's a steel cage. But you forget that you're gonna be trapped in there with Gustavo Mendoza, the most dangerous man in the ROW locker room. I will not be held responsible for what I'm going to do. That's your fault, Booker. I will end the Pride's career tonight, and I will take all of the gold.
Tonight on Reality of Wrestling, the ROW Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Gustavo Mendoza takes on the Pride inside a steel cage. The loser must leave ROW forever. Tonight on Reality of Wrestling.
Well, still to come tonight, Booker T's sit-down interview. We'll find out what Booker thinks about what occurred here at Christmas Chaos.
Still a lot of questions need to be answered.
Right here, we get a look at Shawn Hendricks, hailing from, of all places, the Northwest, Seattle, Washington, and we've talked about this guy before. He's got a little bit of a funk about him.
You said we was going to look at him. I think we got a smell of him.
Young stars here in Reality of Wrestling, Kid Ransom making his way down to the ring. And of course, you see him right there. Ransom Nation in full effect here tonight. Part of this sold-out crowd here at the Reality of Wrestling.
And you talk about Kid Ransom, there's talk, I hear tell that they're pushing him to become the mayor of Clarksville, Texas. And they love him, the whole town loves him. They come out in force to cheer on and to support their own homegrown product, Kid Ransom.
This is the flagship of Texas wrestling, and Adrian, earlier tonight I talked to Ransom, and he told me he's not too concerned about who wins our main event later on between Gustavo Mendoza and the Pride. He's more concerned about Shawn Hendricks, his opponent in the ring right now. Ransom more concerned about what he needs to do to win this match and find a way to get himself back in the title picture. Well, obviously our big main event tonight, that steel cage match, when the Pride takes on Gustavo Mendoza. And that match coming up here in just a little bit.
Loser has to leave ROW. Oh, man.
Look at the power of Kid Ransom.
The strength of this kid.
Well, there's some fight in Shawn Hendricks, though.
Fight or funk?
Well, a little bit of both. Look at Ransom's face. His face was beat red there. It looked like Hendricks was trying to get him hooked up into his sleeper hole. Oh man, look at that.
Hendricks is just so wiry and so devious. Look at what he's doing right now, like a sneak attack on the leg of
Into
Ransom.
the cover, and Ransom able to kick out of that. You said it. Hendricks went right after that knee of Kid Ransom. He's had problems with that knee in the past, and went to work on it a couple times there. And now just stomping away at the big guy.
Always heavily bandaged, heavily supported. He doesn't like to talk about it, but it is. It's a derivative of something that happened back in high school football that's carried over into the wrestling. He's had a lot of wars at such a young age, and it's like a big red glaring spot for his opponents to focus in on.
Off the ropes, Hendricks able to get the knee up high. Could that be it for Kid Ransom? Hendricks hooks the leg, and Ransom able to stay alive.
You know, I'm a big fan of Hendricks. He's vertical. He can get up and quick in a second and take your heartbeat away from you. Look at him, just trying to impose his will on the big man. He's got a definite size advantage, so he's got to keep his opponents on the mat.
Everybody's so excited for that title match tonight, the ROW Championship on the line, and you said it, loser leaves town. And you know, it's interesting, Adrian. Usually you see, you know, if the champion loses, maybe the champion leaves, but what Booker T said to the Pride was, if you can't run Gustavo out of Reality of Wrestling, you're gone too.
He got his marching orders. You know, basically, retired Team International running roughshod. Booker, don't get me wrong, he still got it, but he's not going to get in there in the ring and fight all for him. He's putting the challenge out to these young guns, to the new stars of this business. Hey, this is one of your first tasking orders. Get this guy out of here. Get Gustavo out of here and do it now. Look at Ransom. Look at the power of Ransom.
Oh, big choke slam.
Yeah. One-handed choke slam. Anthony, have you ever seen something like that?
Both competitors down flat on their backs. Referee going into the count. Kid Ransom able to fight off the attack of Sean Hendricks, and then Hendricks taking a brutal one-handed choke slam. Referee now up to the 6 count, and Ransom stirring, Adrian.
Ransom's got to get back up, and I just look at the power and the strength of Ransom. I think this is going to be too much for Hendricks. But Hendricks is going toe-to-toe with the big man.
Looks like Ransom trying to work his way into the Crosby Shuffle. No, not yet.
We gotta build up for it. That's something special.
Big elbow sends Hendricks down.
There we go.
There it is, the Crosby Shuffle. Oh, Hendricks took a stiff shot there. Ransom into the cover, hooks the leg. And Sean Hendricks able to stay alive.
And that's why they want him to be the mayor. Can you imagine the city council meetings when people get out of hand? He just puts the Crosby Shuffle on them.
Listen to the crowd. They love Kid Ransom. Sean Hendricks still has some fight left in him, though.
Hendricks fought his way out.
Oh, creative maneuver there by Hendricks, and now again. Oh, man!
That's it.
Into the cover, and that's all. A big spine buster by Kid Ransom, and that is all she wrote for Sean Hendricks.
You talk about Kid Ransom. This is a guy, a 2-time internet champion. This guy is destined for greatness. He's got the fans behind him. He's going about his business the right way. I love to see him work. Kid Ransom, give it to him.
Still lots to get to here tonight on the Reality of Wrestling Booker T's exclusive sit-down interview. Right now, though, we send it to the back.
Hi folks, it's me, Hilton, in our all-new mattress showroom here at Hilton Furniture and Mattress. We're focused on improving the way you sleep and live, and with our factory direct pricing, you save 20 to 50%. No other store can match our value on memory foam mattresses or adjustable beds. Sleep on your memory foam mattress tonight and feel no pressure points and sleep a lot cooler for as low as $20 per month. We'll even finance it for you for 48 months, no interest. Hilton Furniture and Mattress, your memory foam mattress and adjustable bed headquarters. And that's a fact, Jack.
What an event it's been here tonight on theCUBE. Hey, Adrian, coming up Saturday night, February the 15th, Reality of Wrestling Live, and a very special guest appearance by Kevin Nash. But another very special guest will be on hand as well, former Tough Enough competitor, Martin.
That was one of Booker's favorite students and favorite contestants in that Tough Enough series. So be interested to see what he does here in Reality of Wrestling.
Speaking of Booker T, earlier this week we caught up with him to talk about what his decision was, what his thought process was leading to the steel cage match main event here tonight.
When you talk about steel cage, the first ever steel cage in Reality of Wrestling, so a lot on the line regarding this match.
Yeah, one competitor will leave Reality of Wrestling for good. Before we get to that interview, let's take a look at what led to this historic matchup.
They're actually locking up. And the champ ain't backing down, and neither is the challengers. This is gonna be a good contest. Here's his chance.
An opportunity here for the Pride to take the ROW title from Gustavo Mendoza. That could be it. We could have a new champion here, Adrian, but Gustavo is laying it off. Hold on. Here comes Volkov. Oh, referees again, Adrian. We need help out here. The referees are here. We need some help out here. This is crossing the line.
Right in the joint.
This is absolutely crossing the line.
They're going to break his damn arm. They're going to break his arm. This is sick.
Oh, God! Oh, my God!
Did you hear the impact?
They have done it again, and listen to the Pride writhing in pain, screaming in pain in the ring. This is disgusting. What is it going to take to stop Team International again? These guys have taken it too far. They have taken it too far. They're abusing what professional wrestling is supposed to be about.
You will never, ever be better than me. I broke your arm last month, huh? You're a fool to accept this match tonight. Give me that hand! Give me that hand! Give me that hand! Back up, all right? No more costing me money. No more trying to take over ROW. Because you ain't running nothing. I will break you down. You understand me? They think you run rough shot here in ROW. So I got something for you. Next month, there will be a rematch. Gustavo versus the Pride. Loser leaves ROW forever. Of the steel cage.
Hey, I'm here with the Cube, and we're just wanted to get a word before this main event on Saturday.
All right, what's up, man?
Well, one of these competitors, their dream's basically over. Well, why does one of them have to leave?
I mean, this is a main event. This is the first time in reality of wrestling. I mean, it had to be done in a cage match. I mean, it's come to this. But first of all, I love both of these guys, Gustavo as well as the Pride. I love both of these guys. Gustavo was my first student. The Pride came along shortly thereafter. Those guys have been battling since day one. 8 years it's been. And now it's come to a head. I've told them to stop it. Charmel has told them to stop it. Knock it off. Gustavo keep breaking into the feed. The Pride not stepping up. One of these guys have to leave the reality of wrestling for good. It's not a choice that I like. It's not something that I'm gonna sleep well at night about. But it's something that's gotta happen. But right now, guys, it's another time, all right? Another time.
Thank you.
Next week on ROW, Ruthless Ryan Davidson takes on the Mysterious Q in the third match of their Best of 5 series. See it next week on Reality of Wrestling.
Adrian, the time has come. It is our main event, the Reality of Wrestling Heavyweight Championship is on the line inside the steel cage, and here comes the challenger. Man, you talk about a guy who has changed. A complete 180-degree turn. You see him testing out the ring, the Pride. Man, What can you say about this guy?
This is gut check time. This is something that I would never imagine me giving props and a high five to the Pride. Man, look at him. He knows what's on the, he knows what's at stake.
And you saw what happened to lead to this matchup just a couple moments ago, and we heard from Gustavo Mendoza as well. The championship is on the line, and one of these guys will leave ROW for good. As you see Team International flanking their leader, flanking their general, General Gustavo Mendoza.
He got them here. The reason why they're all wearing gold is because of Mendoza. He laid out the plan. He was the grand architect. Put everyone into position. Put all the pieces into play.
I could be mistaken, but it looked like Mendoza was pointing to the rest of Team International, saying, you guys can go, you guys go to the back. It's almost like he's saying, I'm here for myself tonight. Although Rubio does remain at ringside for the time being.
That's a solid point, but you got that steel cage as well. So, I mean, it's going to be one-on-one, hopefully. That's what the intent of that steel cage is for. Win or go home. It gets no simpler.
Is by pinfall or submission. Introducing first, the challenger from Pasadena, Texas, weighing 237 and his opponent, the champion, representing Team International.
Stipulate you can win by pinfall, submission, or escaping the cage. But Adrian, I talked to both of these guys earlier today. They both said that escape is not an option. With what's on the line tonight, they want the decision to be definitive. They want to settle things inside the cage, so there's no question about who the better man is. Referee Stash holds that heavyweight championship up for all to see. It is all on the line tonight. Gustavo Mendoza against the Pride, our main event this week here on theCUBE.
Hi, this is Booker T, 5-time WCW champion and WWE Hall of Famer. If you're thinking about getting into the wrestling business or just jumping into sports entertainment, if so, come check out my school, WXF, right here in Houston, Texas, 9189 Winkler Street. Here at WXF, we do it all. From referees, to managers, to announcers, to wrestlers. Here, you get a full experience. WXF has a full workout facility. Here, we work out in the ring as well as out of the ring. And if you're really serious, go to realityofwrestling.com and get the real scoop and see what's really going down. See if you got what it takes to make it. Now can you dig that, sucker?
The rules of this match stipulate you can win by pinfall, submission, or escaping the cage. But Adrian, I talked to both of these guys earlier today. They both said that escape is not an option. With what's on the line tonight, they want the decision to be definitive. They want to settle things inside the cage, so there's no question about who the better man is.
I will not be held responsible for what I'm going to do That's your fault, Booker. I will end the Pride's career tonight.
One man will leave ROW forever, and that championship is on the line.
This is the last opening bell that one of these two men will hear in the ROW ring ever. A lot on the line. Look at Mendoza looking around for me. Maybe he's getting his bearings straight. His team international is not here. He waved them off. They couldn't get in anyway.
The Pride wearing the red, Gustavo Mendoza in the green. Is a big elbow into the chin of the Pride, the challenger here tonight, who comes back with a big clothesline.
Big clothesline.
Another one by the Pride.
That's a Night Train Lane clothesline.
There's that great standing drop kick by the Pride. Pinfall or submission.
No hiccups. We got to have a winner.
Yeah.
It's got to be decisive.
Capacity crowd here tonight in Clear Lake City, Texas for this main event. And what a way to cap off our first event show here on the Cube.
Special thanks to the Cube. And Gustavo wearing the Cube's colors.
Yeah, actually is. That's a good point. We've heard all night the reaction from around the Reality of Wrestling locker room about the fact that one of these two competitors will leave the organization forever. And I think you said it perfectly, Adrian. The last opening bell that one of these two guys will ever hear. Two of the first students for Booker T at his Wrestling Exercise Fitness Training Academy. Oh, look at that. Head first into the steel cage.
We talk about the old PWA, the first incarnation of what Booker's created. The Pride took title off of Gustavo. So, I mean, this rivalry has gone on and on through training, through backstage, kind of bumping into each other. It's come to fruition right now. Like I said, can't put it any plainer.
Talked about it a little bit in the past that, you know, when you bring the reality into things, right? You bring the reality. These two guys really don't like each other. And it goes back to some real life stuff that occurred in the gym as these two, at the time, youngsters were really starting to learn their craft. Adrian, take us back through that a little bit.
Well, you had a situation with Rubio, and you see Rubio's the Secretary of Defense, and Rubio's out there with Gustavo. There's a lot of...
Whoa! From the top rope! My goodness, the impact!
Oh, they almost went through the ring. Well, you know, basically, and I was there. I've been there since day one. Rubio and the Pride were for sparring, for lack of a better word.
Gustavo into the cover, hooks the leg. Can the Pride stay alive? Yes, he kicks out at 2.
Pride pretty much got an ankle lock on Rubio and just thought it was funny, wouldn't let go. And it crippled Rubio. Rubio was out of commission for probably about 3 or 4 months with a broken ankle. And Gustavo wasn't there. When he heard about it, he was furious. He rushed, but Pride already left the building. So
look at Gustavo grinding the forehead into the steel cage, right into that steel mesh.
So Gustavo exacting a pound of flesh, his revenge for Rubio. And again, now you add to the fact that the title is on the line. Now you add to the fact that it's Pride, it's win or go home. Somebody's getting out of here. This is going to be a good fight.
Pride grabbing the leg of Gustavo Mendoza as he tries to escape from the steel cage. And the Pride hanging on for dear life, not letting him go anywhere. Oh, look out! Good drop kick by Mendoza. Again into the cover, hooks the leg. Could this be all? No, the Pride keeps himself in this contest.
Both wrestlers fundamentally sound. They learned that. They learned their trade, their craft from Booker. They didn't just pop in and pop out. They've been learning for 5, 6, 7 years now. So this is the apex of their training. This is your final exam.
Gustavo trying to set up for the east to west. Can he lock it in? Can he get it? No, the Pride able to fight out of it. Misses with that drop kick.
Both guys they
that big kick to the back of the head.
I'll tell you, both guys have done their homework. They've done their scouting reports. But the Pride connected.
Again, the Reality of Wrestling Heavyweight Championship is on the line as the Pride now trying to climb out of the steel cage. And so much more at stake in this matchup. One of these two competitors will see their professional wrestling career end tonight.
And Rubio, you got to see Rubio taking some satisfaction and Gustavo having the upper hand on the Pride.
Let's talk about that for a second, though. One of these guys, the dream is over tonight. For one of these guys, this is it. Oh, Gustavo again sending the Pride headfirst into the steel cage.
Everything that they fought so hard for, all the hours of training.
Adrian, the Reality of Wrestling is about competitors striving to make their dreams come true. Competitors looking to take that next step, looking to go to the next level. How do you feel about a match tonight that, like I said, all of it ends tonight with this match?
And I don't make the decisions. You know, the boss made the call. The CEO made the call for both.
Wow, look at that from the top rope, going hard down onto the mat. The Pride able to keep this match alive.
Incredible move by the Pride. Pride's got some family in the audience. The
Pride
crowd,
into the cover, hooks the leg. This could be all.
the crowd getting behind the Pride.
Well, both Gustavo and the Pride have family members, friends in attendance here tonight, knowing full well that this could be the end of the road for one of them.
One side of the ring, one side of the building is Pride's family, the other side is Mendoza's.
It's almost like, oh, look at that low blow there. Low blow by Gustavo Mendoza. Wouldn't you expect anything less?
I hope the cup was there. I hope the cup didn't run over, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, the East to West! The East to West! That's gonna be it! Gustavo hooking the leg into the cover, and all the Pride able to keep alive!
Just that close.
Gustavo hit his finishing maneuver, the East to West, and somehow the Pride kicked out Adrian.
Anthony, a career was almost over by a factor of centimeters. By a factor of centimeters, 2 3/4. Yeah, Gustavo getting out. Look at Rubio.
Gustavo opening the cage door, and he could just easily walk out of the door. He says, no way, no way. He wants to finish the Pride off. The hubris of Gustavo, mocking not only the Pride as he tells him to get up, but also Booker T with that 5-time hand gesture. He wants to finish the Pride off, and he missed the axe kick.
Pride.
Oh! Big move by the Pride as he tries to create some space, create some separation, and get back into this match.
And I gotta fault the mentality of Mendoza. Mendoza, you could have just walked out of the ring. It could have been over with. What are you doing, Gustavo? Now look at the Pride.
Capacity crowd here tonight.
Look at Rubio.
Rubio with the flag. Providing the distraction, and Gustavo back to his feet.
That's all it took. And they are so high up there, Anthony.
A good 15, 16 feet.
It's dangerous.
Oh, my! The Pride all alone at the top of the cage.
He's looking around. Look at the Pride. This is gut check time. Oh, my God. Look at the Pride.
The Pride climbing to the top of the cage. Gustavo Mendoza is down. The Pride trying to find the balance on the top of the cage.
Oh, my God.
The Pride into the cover. Hooks the leg. That could be all.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
The Pride has done it, Adrian. The Pride is the new Reality of Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
He did it in front of his family, in front of the fans. Adios, Gustavo Mendoza. Adios. The Pride going airborne, risking it all, and it paid off.
The Pride has done it. He has captured the Reality of Wrestling Heavyweight Championship and has ended the career of Gustavo Mendoza. And look at Team International. They cannot believe what they have just witnessed. This could be the beginning of the end for Team International. Adrian Gustavo cannot believe it.
The foundation is broken.
Look at Gustavo's face. He knows what that means. He knows that his career is done. Team International, look at their faces. The look of grief, the look of crying, look at Reina. She is in tears. And look at Rubio.
Rubio's flat. He doesn't know what to do.
He is out on his feet. Rubio is completely dazed as the Pride celebrates.
Gustavo's poured so much into this business. It's hurting him. You can see the hurt.
The Pride celebrating inside the ring. He is the new Reality of Wrestling heavyweight champion. He has done it. What an event this has been.
A lot of respect for this man.
What an event here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us here on theCUBE. The Pride is the new Reality of Wrestling champion. Wait a minute, what? Is that Steve? And there's Stevie Ray.
Think he's coming to congratulate?
Stevie Ray coming down to ringside.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stevie Ray. That is R-A-Y, period. And as some of you may know, and some of you may not know, I have started a new consulting business for ROW. And I have broken a new contract. And I have a new client.
The new client is apparently the Samoan Beast. Adrian, we talked about this. We wondered if Stevie Ray was really the guy that brought the Beast into Reality of Wrestling. Adrian, I guess we have our answer.
You definitely have your answer.
And my new client is the Samoan Beast, who is going to get a championship match right now.
The Pride celebrating his Reality of Wrestling championship victory, and Stevie Ray coming down to ringside. Adrian, this answers some questions. Earlier tonight, we saw Stevie Ray and Sharmell talking. We wondered what that was all about. We have our answer. The Pride has just competed in a huge match inside the steel cage, and now has to go up against the Beast.
The match of a lifetime, and now he's got to do it again.
We have seen the Samoan Beast dismantle Jared Steele. We've seen him dismantle others here in Reality of Wrestling. And now look here. Watch the dismantle the Pride as he sends him head first into the steel cage.
Pride is no small man, make no mistake about it, and the Beast just tossed him like a rag doll against that steel fence.
Samoan Beast here trying to set up for that big Samoan drop. There it is! The impact!
What's he doing?
Samoan Beast climbing up high.
Who's up top on the cage? Anthony, no!
Oh! Pride scouted it. And look at the Beast. Did that even phase him?
The Pride is on pure adrenaline right now.
Adrian, that barely phased the Samoan Beast.
I can't believe this is a championship match going on.
Big DDT by the Pride. That could be all.
Pride, you got to go for the cover.
Yes, you got to go for the cover right here, but he's taking his time. Adrian, the Pride looking to climb up high. He said, you know what, it worked once.
Yeah.
It worked once, it might as well work twice.
This guy is an athlete.
Oh my
like none
God.
other.
Oh my God. Whoa! The huge moonsault from the top of the cage misses, and the Samoan Beast.
The Pride went all in.
And it could cost him here. The Pride is down in the center of the ring, and he's in prime position for, oh, can he do it? The Beast trying to go up high from the top rope. Whoa! My God, he hit it! He hit it! And we have a new champion!
Cannot believe it.
You said it, Adrian. The Pride went all in with that moonsault from the top rope, and then when he missed, that was the opening that the Samoan Beast needed. The Pride was in perfect position for the Beast to hit that signature Samoan salt. Usually, Adrian, he hits it from the second rope, and you saw that the Beast had to adjust. He had to be creative with that steel cage there. He wasn't able to run and get that momentum off the second rope. He had to go to the top rope, and he was able to hit it. It's perfect.
You see the referees now calling from somebody to please come from the back and get some help to the Pride. The Pride is hurt.
The Samoan Beast with the impromptu challenge with his advisor, Stevie Ray. He is your new Reality of Wrestling heavyweight champion. Out of nowhere, the mysterious Q has electrified the Reality of Wrestling crowd with his high-flying impact style. You talk about that big 450 splash off the top rope. And from day one, these two guys have been at each other's throats. They've gone back and forth, interfering in each other's matches, backstage fights, you name it, Adrian.
Both men absolutely hate each other. Something's got to give.
Well, it got to the point where Reality of Wrestling general manager Charmel decided to hold a best-of-5 series between Ryan Davidson and Mysterious Q to decide who the better man is.
Yes, he does! Q to the top! Oh, off the rope! Airborne! And look out here! Oh, the Beast!
What the hell?
Davidson off the ropes! Big clothesline! And ruthless Ryan Davidson taking the first out of this best-of-5 series. Ruthless Ryan Davidson takes on the Mysterious Q in the third match of their best-of-5 series. See it next week on Reality of Wrestling.